Live on YouTube, live on Rumble. Good afternoon, hello, welcome to This Day in History, aka TDH. I'm Alexander. You viewer, we will be joined by the Golden Loon here soonly, hopefully. Today is Thursday. Is it that day? No, it's Wednesday. Tomorrow is Thursday. So, August 26, 2026. The show is about interesting and important events that happened today throughout the annals of recorded history. We have a 33-page document, so not too long today, and have a few tabs to go through. So let's start us off here in the year 683. The Battle of Al-Harra concluded with Yazid I's army killing 11,000 people of the city of Medina. 1071, Battle of Manzikert. Seljuk Turks, led by Sultan Alp Arslan, defeated and captured Byzantine Emperor Romanos IV Diogenes, and soon gained control of most of Anatolia. 1303, the Loon joins the show.
Thank you.
How you doing?
Doing well.
Yeah, it is hot.
Yeah.
Like I have here in the bottom corner, it's 97 Fahrenheit and sunny with the orange ball of doom. So
the orange ball of doom.
Yes, the orb of death. 1303, Delhi Sultan Alauddin Khilji captured Chittorgarh, capital of the Ghulia kingdom. All right. 1346, Battle of Crécy. Edward III's English longbows defeated Philip VI's army south of Calais in northern France. Cannons were used for the first time in battle. Now, I thought we already covered the first time. Well, I guess guns, actually, not cannons, but the first time guns were used in European warfare was probably in the 1400s or something, but we covered that article a while ago. But we have a discrepancy with the Battle of Crécy, 1346, south of Calais, northern France. Edward III's English longbows defeat Philip's cannons used for first. No, not that one. Why does it say discrepancy here? That's weird. Okay. That's, so, an English army easily defeated a French one twice its size. That's telling me image search this. Pardon me. I don't know why. And we'll get to that. Pardon me. We'll get to that alligator later, but I don't know why I have a discrepancy there. I'm trying to see. There's not a difference in the dates. I think I probably switched somebody's name or something. I don't know. But I'm not sure if that's AI or what. God, something's got me. My face is trying to explode out from inside of itself. Anyway, 1366, the Byzantine Empire retook Gallipoli with the help of the Savoy Crusade. 1444, Battle of St. Jacob and der Bliss. A vastly outnumbered force of Swiss Confederates were defeated by the Dauphin Louis, future Louis the 11th of France, and his army of Armagnacs near Basel. Armagnacs. That's a weird word. What is this? Armagnacs. A style of brandy produced in France. Well, I don't think it was like he had an alcohol army. I don't think that's so. It's something else. Sold under vintages. That's going to require some digging. So if anybody would care to look into this, hold on a second. Let me grab this here. This article here. This is from the secondary source. The link to that is in the underbar. For smart device apps and everything. 1466, a conspiracy against Piero di Cosimo de' Medici in Florence, led by Luca Pitti, was discovered. I'm going to look that up here really quick. So, the Pazzi conspiracy. All right. So let's see here. Copy. There we go. A failed plot by members of the Pazzi family and others to displace the Medici family as rulers of Renaissance Florence. Wow, that's pretty conniving right there. So let's see here, the Pazzi conspiracy. This link and all other links we gather throughout the show will appear in the underbar description below after the live stream. As I mentioned earlier with the link to the smart device application I use for secondary source, we have links to all the sources that we use, and all things on the coalition, the music in the background, and a handful of other cool things. Would you mind closing that window, please? Thank you. The yard maintenance specialists are here, and I can hear the leaf blowers going on. I'm not sure if you can, audience, but now we're trying to make sure that you can't. 1498, Michelangelo was commissioned to carve the Pieta sculpture by French Cardinal Jean de Beliers. And that's what, well, that's a little bit large right here. This one. So, do you recognize this sculpture by any chance? I mean, there's 1,000,000,001 sculptures out there.
No, I don't.
So, it's still a magnificent looking thing. So,
Oh, it's gorgeous.
yeah. 1542, a year and a half after leaving Guayaquil off the Pacific coast, Francisco de Orellana finished his overland journey across South America and reached the mouth of the Amazon River on the Atlantic coast. Cool. 1629, Cambridge Agreement, Massachusetts Bay Company stockholders agreed to emigrate. And do you remember the difference between emigrate and immigrate?
Yeah, in and out.
Yeah, so immigrate is to is coming in, immigrants and everything.
Yeah.
Emigrants, I know you know this, but just for the viewers, everything with an E, emigrate is heading out. So they're on their way out.
Now, scroll up just one before.
Yeah.
Is that what San Francisco's named after? Francisco de whoever?
Where is this Francisco? Oh, Francisco de Orellana. I'm not sure. It used to be called Yerba Buena at one point, but it could have been called, named after him. I'm not entirely sure. We can look this up. San Francisco namesake. List of place name etymologies. What does that mean? Okay. So these are the actual place names are named after this guy or that guy. So let's go down to the S's. Here we go. San Francisco itself isn't on here. So, oh well. If anybody can look that up, let us know what the etymology of the whole city of San Francisco was. It named after this guy, Francisco de Orellana? Oh, right here.
That's pretty early, 1542.
Maybe. So, anyway, 1629, we got that one. 1641, West India Company conquered Sao Paulo de Leon de Angola. A company, not a government, but a private enterprise acting upon behalf of the government. That is terrifying. Yeah. 1642, Dutch-Portuguese War, Second Battle of San Salvador. The Dutch forced the Spanish garrison at San Salvador, modern-day Keelung in Taiwan, to surrender, ending the short-lived Spanish colony on Formosa and replacing it with a new Dutch administration. Just 6 years later, in 1648, Fronde uprising against Anne of Austria and Chief Minister Cardinal Mazarin in France. So we have the first Fronde. In the wake of the successful Battle of Lens, Cardinal Mazarin, the Chief Minister of France, suddenly ordered the arrest of the leaders of the Parliament of Paris, provoking the rest of Paris to break into insurrection and barricaded the streets the next day. Yikes. That escalated quickly there. 1652, Battle of Plymouth. General at Sea George Ayscue of the Commonwealth of England attacked a convoy of the Dutch Republic, commanded by Vice Commodore Michael de Ruyter. Dutch victory. So the England attacked them and then they lost.
Okay. Yeah.
That's hilarious. They bit off more than they can chew with that. 1682, English astronomer Edmund Halley first observed the comet named after him, Halley's Comet.
Yeah. Which is really cool. I love that.
Yeah. And, was it Halley's Comet or Halley Bopp that we saw that one time down in Mexico?
Oh, I thought it was Halley.
I did too. But, I think it's Halley Bopp because we looked this up a while ago. 1691, Charles Perrault's poem The Marquis of Saluces, or The Patience of Griseldis, was read aloud at the French Academy and later attached to his Tales of Mother Goose in 1697. That's pretty cool. You know about the whole Tales of Mother Goose things. So
I do.
All the little fairy tales and nursery rhymes and whatnot.
Yeah, of course.
So, let's see here. Historians do. Well, this is English stories are tales from the past with morals.
Here, I always thought it was Mother God. I won't say the last word.
Oh, yikes! Why do you do this?
I don't know.
1748, the first Lutheran denomination in North America, the Pennsylvania Ministerium, was founded in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. 1767, Jesuits all over Chile were arrested as the Spanish Empire suppressed the Society of Jesus. Yikes. 1768, just 1 year later, Captain James Cook set sail from England on board HMS Endeavour. And I wonder, like, on what voyage, to where, to do what, how long was he gone, were there other ships, how much crew, you know, like...
Is this the voyage they end up getting killed?
Yeah, I have no idea. It's not even on primary source. It's on secondary. Exclamation point right here. So, 1778, the first recorded ascent of Triglav, the highest mountain in Slovenia, by Balthazar Hackett.
How high is it?
That is a good question, actually. Triglav, here we go. Elevation 9,396 feet. So that's almost 2 miles up there. That's pretty high. So.
Yeah, that's an average high mountain.
Yeah. And I love this image here. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Lord of the Rings, and he looks like a hobbit, and that's like the lonely mountain.
See, I have an opposite effect. It makes me want to yodel.
Oh. You know what that reminds me of? Like,
oh no, what did I do?
You know, like this guy here.
Oh no, I know this guy.
This guy here. Who, bear with us, audience. Dude, if I was just like out in the, you know, just walking on the street somewhere, and I turn the corner and I see that, and it just starts making that noise at me, I would like run, or secure,
or possibly shoot him if you were hunting.
Yeah, what am I doing hunting in the streets of the city, like. Anyway, so
you don't think that happens today?
I'm not a criminal. 1789, the National Constituent Assembly adopted the Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen at the beginning of the French Revolution. All right. I'm going to do a quick but looking up that Declaration of the Rights of Man and Citizen. Okay, so French Declaration. Throw this in here. It's a human and civil rights document from the French Revolution. The French title can be translated in the modern era as Declaration of Human and Civil Rights. Inspired by Enlightenment philosophers, the Declaration was a core statement of the values of the French Revolution and had a significant impact on the development of popular concepts of individual liberty and democracy in Europe and worldwide. Highly likely, very heavily influenced by us. You know, because they helped us with our revolt, and then they saw how well we were doing, and then they decided to have one of theirs. So, because a civil war, a revolt, and then the Great Terror, you know, how many hundreds of people were guillotined? Marie Antoinette, you know, all that stuff. Like, believe it or not, that only happened in like 15 to 20 year period. It was absolutely madness, dude. So, 1791, John Fitch was granted a United States patent for his working steamboats. Pretty sure that we've covered that before. 1810, the former Viceroy Santiago de Linares of the Viceroyalty of the Rio de la Plata were executed after the defeat of his counter-revolution. 3 years later, the War of the Sixth Coalition, an impromptu battle took place when French and Prussian or Russian forces accidentally ran into each other near Legenitz, Prussia, now Legnica, Poland. Lenica, Poland, 1813. Lenica. I don't know how to pronounce these things in Polish. Yeah, so Prussian Russian force. They're just out there and they ran into each other like, oh hey, it was just freaking fire. 1814, Chilean War of Independence, infighting between the rebel forces of Jose Miguel Carrera and Bernardo O'Higgins erupted in the Battle of Las Tres Aguillas, a prime example of a house divided. You know, like infighting between rebel forces. You're only making yourselves weaker and easier to get your house, you know, your rear end kicked. So, I don't know why I can't talk today. The heat is just brutal. So
it is tough.
Yeah. So let's throw this together. So, Battle of Las Tres Aguillas. All right. Yeah, it occurred between the two factions of Carrera and Bernardo O'Higgins, resulting in a defeat for O'Higgins that would in turn lead on the defeat of the Nationalists by the Royalist forces at the Battle of Rancua a month later. So yeah, so they ended up losing ultimately. Freaking stupid. 1833, the great 1833 Kathmandu, Bihar earthquake caused major damage in Nepal, northern India, and Tibet. A total of 500 people perished. 10 years later, stadium inventor Charles Thurber patented a typewriter. And I'm sure that we've covered typewriter patents and inventions before.
Sure
this is a new picture, though.
Yeah, we haven't seen that.
Yeah.
They have talked about the typewriter. I know that.
Absolutely. That looks very strange. Oh, wow. No. Yeah, this looks more familiar right there. There you go. No. 1846, Felix Mendelssohn's Oratio Elijah premiered at the Birmingham Festival in England. What's an oratio, or not an oratio, an oratorio? Why do I keep reading that as a ratio?
Sounds
Oratorio.
like you're giving a speech.
Is a musical composition with dramatic or narrative text for choir, soloist, an orchestra, or other ensemble. So it's like a musical.
Yeah.
So oratorio. Like it does involve speaking, but it's speaking to the beat.
Music.
Yeah. And what is this? I'm just going to look up this Elijah oratorio. That sounds interesting. Huh. Okay, well, I'm not getting a wiki or anything like that. So, moving on to 1846, W.A. Bartlett was appointed the first U.S. mayor of Yerba Buena, San Francisco. We were speaking about this earlier. Yeah. 1849, President Faustin Soulouque of the First Republic of Haiti had the Senate and Chamber of Deputies proclaim him the Emperor of Haiti, abolishing the Republic and inaugurating the Second Empire of Haiti. And why do we work with these people? 1863, Battle of Rocky Gap, West Virginia, at the White Sulphur Springs. Colonel George S. Patton's Confederate forces defeated a Union brigade advance. Time out. George S. Patton. In any relation to George S. Patton, you know, in World War I?
1849, no.
1862, no. Could he be his dad? Could he be his uncle? Like, you know, like Battle of White Sulphur Springs. Let's check this out. Does that say Greenbrier? It does. Wow. So that's where that bunker is. Okay.
He did start out in horses. I know that.
Well, that was later. This is not the same George S. Patton.
It can't be.
What I was saying is he like his uncle or something? So.
Doesn't look like him.
Well, I mean, like, it's a painting. So, for Richmond, relations. George S. Patton, son, attorney. George S. Patton. Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he was his grandfather.
Oh really?
Yes.
Look at that.
They're all named. His brother was Waller Tazewell Patton, and his son was George S. Patton. His grandson was George S. Patton, and his great grandson is George Patton IV. So
wow.
So George S. Patton has ancestry in the Confederacy. I would have never guessed that in a million years.
No.
Wow. Wow.
That's a great find. Way
George S. Patton. Yeah, well, you know, like, because people name their children their same names all the time. I was just like, you know, it's not that outlandish. Let's follow the breadcrumbs, and there we go. You know? Like,
so it was his grandfather.
Yes. So he's a grandfather of the man who slapped the guy in the medical tent for being a wimp. 1863, the Swedish language liberal newspaper Helsingfors Dagblad proposed the current blue and white cross flag as the flag of Finland. Alright, so, whoops, I didn't mean to click that. The good old Finnish flag, there it is. 1873, the first free kindergarten in the United States was started by Susan Blow of Cardinalette, a suburb of St. Louis, Missouri. We actually have, oh, that's a steamboat from earlier, right there. We have a photo, though. I think that's an actual photograph of the kindergarten, because you see a couple...
early? I guess so.
1873? I mean, it's not...
I guess they did.
Because, like, we have a couple other photographs. Susan Blow. So that has to be Susan Blow.
Yeah.
And, I mean, like, when was was the daguerreotype photograph... daguerreotype photo invented. There we go. Daguerreotype. Daguerreotype was the first publicly available photographic process widely used from the 1830s to 50s.
Okay.
So this is 73, so by then, even this is old. So, wow. Photos have been around a lot more than I thought. That's amazing. 1874, 16 blacks were kidnapped from Gibson County Jail and lynched in Trenton, Tennessee.
Oh,
Yikes.
Man.
Yikes. Tennessee, what the heck, guys? That was in the South, you know, and that's where all the freaking Democrats are. 1883, the 1883 eruption of Krakatoa began its final paroxysmal stage. Like, we all know about Krakatoa. Like, there it is right there. So,
Of course, when you see the 16 blacks killed,
yeah.
what came up in a couple more years? Oh no, that's after the revolution.
That's
after
the Civil War. Yeah.
the Civil War. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually 20 years after.
Yeah.
No, 10 years.
It's 10 years. Yeah.
9 years, somewhere in there.
64, I think is when it was, wasn't it?
60 to 64, 65, I believe. Somewhere in there. So
That's after. Jeez.
yeah. Yeah.
That's just horrible.
Well, I mean, the Klan was created after the Civil War,
Yeah.
because all the Democrats didn't want the recently freed slaves to vote, so they created the Klan in order to harass and kill, all those people. The Klan is a product
Keep
of
everything in line.
Yeah, the Klan is a product of the Democratic Party of the United States of America. Many people don't know that. Like, and it's what's really ironic is very few blacks know that. They support the very people who want them dead. It's
For the life of
horrifying.
me, I don't know why they don't know the history of their political party.
It blows my mind too. So anyway, 1894, Netherlands Social Democratic Workers Party (SDAP) formed. 1895, electric generator at Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls produced its first power.
Whoa!
All right, all the way back in 1895. Yeah, I just wanted to showcase some of these Krakatoa images. Look at, and this is an artist rendition, but this is not that far off. This used to be all part of the volcano.
Ooh.
Like it was bad. Like anyway, let's see here. Just several images. I'm not sure when these look rather modern.
They do.
But then there's these. So I'm not sure which one is the appropriate.
Well, we don't know
picture.
technology well enough.
No.
Those look older.
Yeah. 1896, the Armenian Revolutionary Federation assaulted Ottoman Bank in Constantinople to draw attention to mass pogroms and massacres of Armenians instigated by Ottoman Sultan Abdul Ahmed II. Yep. Is that Armenian genocide?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. 1903, Phillies walked 17 Dodgers in the game. 4 years later, Harry Houdini escaped from chains underwater in 57 seconds to add aquatic park in San Francisco, California. Talking about San Francisco again.
Yeah.
1909, Australian cricket all-rounder Frank Tarrant scored 145 and took 1367 in the county game from Middlesex as they beat Gloucestershire by an innings and 31 runs in a single day. The way that's written makes it sound like it was impressive, so maybe it is. I have no idea. It's cricket. I have no clue. It's English, but it's just like
Only in words.
Yep. 1912, MLB pitcher Walter Johnson's 16-game winning streak ended. 1914, during World War I, the German colony of Togoland surrendered to the French and British forces after a 20-day campaign. Togoland was the first German colony to fall to Allied hands in World War I. Yeah. We also have, during the retreat from Mons, the British Second Corps, commanded by General Sir Horace Smith Dorrien, fought a vigorous and successful defensive action at Les Chateaux. Is this part of that the retreat articles we've been reading for the past couple of days? I think that they're related because it's the same year. 1920, Surrey cricket all-rounder Perry Fender scored 135 minutes, 113 not out, in a county match against Northamptonshire at the County Grand, Northampton. Hey, is this before lunch or after tea?
We need a
cricket translator.
Exactly what I was going to say.
The 19th Amendment of the United States Constitution giving women the right to vote was certified. And what's for as much as I support that and everything, it really hurts me to my core because I've spoken to a lot of women that have said that it should be repealed. Like they're willing to.
Not.
I agree with you, but when they're saying that their own thing, we gotta listen to their arguments. Now I'm not going to list their grievances or anything, but they have some very sound arguments that I couldn't really fight them on. And as much as I want to say no, you're wrong for wanting to surrender your own right to vote, they had some very valid points, and we have to live with facts, not live with feelings. So Anyway,
The fact is, all people should be eligible to
they
vote.
should, but at the same time, 7% of U.S. citizens believe chocolate milk come from brown cows, and I'm not being funny. They legitimately do. Do they have the right to vote?
Yeah.
I don't think so. They're too dumb.
Well,
if they're not dumb,
what do you want, a test?
I don't know.
They used to do that in the South to
I
get
don't
the
know.
blacks out, so they couldn't vote.
All I can say is if you keep the doors open for everybody, soon nobody will have anything. You know, some people have to be kicked out every now and then. I don't know. Like, something has to happen. We can't just let everything stay on fire. You know? I don't know. No. Anyway, 1920 as well, or 1922, Japanese cruiser Niigata was driven onto rocks in a storm at Kamchatka, resulting in 284 deaths. Greco-Turkish War, 1919 to 22. Turkish army launched what has come to be known to the Turks as a great offensive. Boyuktaras, the major Greek defense portions were overrun. 24. The catastrophe of Smyra, known as the Asia Minor catastrophe to Greeks. The Ottoman army expels Greeks and other non-Turks from Asia Minor. August 13th, old style calendar. By the way, it reminds me, we haven't written anything down for IOYO in a while. Because I was just thinking, like, you know, we just had a really good IOYO exchange.
Yeah.
You know? So, but we gotta,
what was that?
that was my chair.
Oh, okay.
Like, we gotta start writing down some stuff, because
it's
that's coming up really quick. 1930, Chicago Cubs Hack Wilson hit his 44th home run and broke Chuck Klein's National League record. 33, Jan Van Houten cycled a world record distance of 44.588 kilometers. I wonder how much time he did that. Was this one from yesterday, where like it was like in 1 hour? Man, that really cuts the noise out.
It does. I thought they
Wow.
were done.
Yeah, so did I. I saw what you were doing. Thank you, by the way. 35, CCC camp opened in Cleveland Metro Park's Brecksville Reservation. What? CCC camp? Like the Communist Combobulatory of Canada? Like,
Caitlin Clark Company.
I don't know. Here it is. Cleveland Metro Park's CCC. Well, tell me what's the CCC? Courtesy of Cleveland Metro. It's not telling. Civilian Conservation Corps. There we go.
There you go.
All right. Oh, okay. I'm actually going to throw this in here. So, CCC. If anybody wants to check out this page that I'm looking at here. 1936, Spanish Civil War. Santander fell to the Nationalists and the Republican Interprovincial Council was dissolved. We have a discrepancy. It said the same thing just 1 year later. So, like, the secondary source says 1936, and I know that because I double checked when I caught this, and then primary source says it right here, 37.
Huh.
So we know the date, just not the year. 37 as well. Pumping to build Treasure Island in San Francisco Bay finishes, and that's this island out here off that bridge freeway thing.
Yeah.
Treasure Island.
Yeah.
It was mostly man-made, if not all of it.
Is it still there today? I don't recall something like that.
It is. Here, let me move this over here really quick. Like if I go to the Google, hold on a second. Why is it not loading? There we go. So if I go to the Google here, and then I go all the way up over there, go to San Francisco Treasure Island right here.
Ah, yeah.
Just off of the 80.
I'll be darned.
Yerba Buena Island. Okay, so that's the natural one.
Yeah.
But then they build, and this is all for like the Navy or whatever, or something. Like this is government stuff. I don't know exactly.
You're tied into it.
Yeah.
Tied into the island.
Yep. Anyway,
Access.
what else do we got here? And we'll get to that in a little bit. 1938, British leaders and Arabs fight in Palestine. Here we go. Montreal Maroons were dropped from the NHL, so they got marooned.
I never heard of them. Of course, I wasn't born then.
Yeah. 39, Croatia got autonomous status. That's pretty cool. First Major League Baseball telecast on W2XBS. Cincinnati Reds defeated the Brooklyn Dodgers at Ebbets Field, Brooklyn. I don't like
By the
that.
way, I think the Maroons would have been your team.
Why? Because I'm a moron?
No,
Like,
because of the color. Maroon.
oh, well. I guess so.
It's not orange, but maroon's next.
Well, no, maroon is like a shade of purplish red.
It's not. Yeah, I guess it's not purple.
Well, no. I know what maroon is. That was part of my uniform in middle school.
Oh.
Like you had to wear like either a white or a maroon shirt and black slacks. That was a dress code there. Anyway, 39, World War II, Belgium mobilized. This is before World War II. I mean, like, World War II didn't start until Germany invaded Poland on September 1st. That's coming up. But, Belgium is seeing this is going on and being like, okay, well, we're gonna mobilize just in case.
Yeah.
39, German Ambassador Count von Zech Berkeschrode pledged to the Dutch Minister of Foreign Affairs and Queen Wilhelmina that Germany will respect the integrity and territory of the Netherlands as long as the Netherlands remains neutral in any European conflict.
I think they did leave them alone, if I'm not mistaken.
I think they did because Norway. Norway is in the Netherlands. Actually, hold on a second. Netherlands. World War II. Let me just see this map. Were they German invasion of Holland? Well, I don't think. Yeah, that sounds like the Netherlands. Holland's the Netherlands, right? Like,
Well, I know Sweden was left alone, but I just assumed that whole area probably was.
well, Sweden is more in the middle of Europe. This is on like the northwest.
Sweden's up north somewhere, isn't it?
Map of Europe. Sweden is like in the middle.
Really?
I think so. Hold on a second. Open image in your tab. Oh, that's Switzerland. Okay. Oh no, Sweden's way up in the north.
Yeah.
Okay. And too many countries.
You're
Switzerland.
not kidding.
Yeah.
Switzerland. Yeah.
Sweden up here. Yeah, this is the Netherlands. So Germany did invade the Netherlands when they invaded Belgium and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, they did not. They did not honor this deal. 1940, Chad was the first French colony. The first French colony to join the Allies under the administration of Félix Abieu, France's first black colonial governor. Awesome. Mom's time, 1972. 7,000. 42, yeah. 70,000 Jews were rounded up in Vichy, France. Yikes. I said 7,000, right?
Yeah, it is 7. You said 70.
Okay, 7,000. Sorry.
That's okay.
I had 70, like I said 1972, then I said 70,000. I don't know why I had 70 in my brain. Like, I don't know what's going on. 1942 as well, transport number 24 departed with French Jews to Nazi Germany. The Holocaust in Ukraine. At Shortkiv, the Ukrainian police and German Schutzpolizei deported 2,000 Jews to Belzec extermination camp. 500 of the sick and children were murdered on the spot. This continued until the next day. Horrifying. Absolutely appalling. But if we are going to stop evil from ever doing this again, we got to know that it happened and know what to do or what not to do.
You can't whitewash it.
Yeah. 44, Bulgaria announced withdrawal and German troops are to be disarmed. France's French General Leclerc's 2nd Armored Division and Charles de Gaulle paraded down the Champs-Élysées in Paris after the liberation of the city from Nazi occupation. So I almost used this photo actually for the thumbnail here. Let's see here. Yeah, there it is right there. Well, not that one, but this one here. It's like, it shows all the people and all the stuff and everything. But the actual picture that I should use, and I really thought about using it, was this one. Without the Alamy. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. Here it is. You can't really see the Arc de Triomphe in the back that well.
Yeah, no.
But there's the guy right there. There's
De Gaulle.
Charles de Gaulle right there. Pretty epic. 44, U.S. 12th Army Corps crosses the River Seine east of Paris. 45, Japanese diplomats boarded USS Missouri to receive instructions on Japan's surrender at the end of World War II. So they surrendered, but they haven't done all the signing and everything. Sometimes it takes years, but here we go. There's MacArthur.
Yeah.
Right there. And here's just a color photo. Monumental, historical time.
Yeah, August. You're right. August, today's the 26th.
Yep. 47, Loons time. Dodgers' Dan Bankhead, MLB's first black stadium pitcher, hit a home run in his first MLB at-bat in a 16-3 loss to Pittsburgh at Ebbets Field, Brooklyn, New York City. 51, Dutch professor Jacob Jogeleveld demonstrated an artificial heart in Paris. Check this out. World's first artificial heart patient.
Well, that isn't for 47.
Yeah.
Way too modern.
That is absolutely true. Yeah, you're right. World's first artificial heart patient dies in Paris after 75 days. But don't people have artificial hearts, like, have been lived for a while, or are we still trying to solve
No, there are
this?
people with artificial hearts living, yes.
Yeah. Huh.
But not so much in 47 or 51
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah. All right. 1952, fluoridation of San Francisco water began. Pretty interesting. Like, you know, because fluoride has no links to oral health whatsoever. It does have links to, because it contains heavy metals, it has been directly linked to various mental conditions like Alzheimer's and this is really very ironic, but other cognitive imparities and whatnot. What was the other one? Dementia.
Oh.
Yeah, because, you know, the heavy metals get in your brain and it affects you that way. So, and it was used, you know, by the Nazis on the Jews to pacify them and everything. It's a very nasty chemical. 57, USSR announced successful tests of an intercontinental ballistic missile. So we covered when they actually did, but this is when they announced it. So, 59, British Motor Corporation introduced the Morris Mini Minor, designed by Alec Insignes. It is only 10 feet long, yet seats 4 passengers. Look at that little thing.
Yeah.
Amateur says really quick. Oh, well, look at this. It was officially announced to the public in the United Kingdom. Some 2,000 cars had already been sent overseas and were displayed that day in almost 100 countries. Wow, so they really got a marketing budget. The Morris Mini Minor, designed by Sir Alec Insignes. The Mini is a 2-door compact city car that was produced by the British Motor Corporation, BMC, and its successors from 1959 until 2000. It was only 10 feet long and had 4 seated passengers. The Mini 5.3 million were sold worldwide before production ceased of the model in the 2000s, or in 2000. The first example, a Morris Mini motor with the registration 621 AOK, is on display at the Heritage Motor Center in Warwickshire. That's awesome. That's epic. I was alive when they were still making those things. That's cool.
I remember the first Hondas came over were about that size.
Huh. Now they're these big things.
Yeah, they got everything.
Yeah. Well, they ate our food. That's what happened. You know, they got all big.
They ate our lunch is what they did.
They got all big and strong. 61, an official International Hockey Hall of Fame opened in Toronto. 63, West Indies defeated England 2-1 in the series, becoming the first holders of the Wisden Cricket Trophy. Okay. 64, U.S. President Lyndon Baines Johnson. So that's what the B stands for, Baines.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Oh.
It was nominated to run at the Democratic Convention in Atlantic City, New Jersey. 1966, the South African border war started with the Battle of, oh my goodness, can't believe I had to take this out. Amuguluwambashi. Okay, I hope I didn't summon anything. 1967, Dutch Second Chamber demanded U.S. stop bombing North Vietnam. Okay. The Beatles, Mick Jagger, Marianne Faithfull, and Donovan met Maharishi Mahesh Yogi at a retreat in Bangor, Wales. 1968, Hey Jude single was released by the Beatles in the U.S. Billboard Song of the Year in 1968, Billboard 10th biggest song of all time in 2013. And Jude is short for Judith, and it could also be construed as a German word for Jew, which is Juden, Juden, stuff like that. So, 1970, the 15th anniversary of stating women being able to vote was marked by a nationwide women's strike for equality. Why are they striking?
That's a weird day to do when you got your vote.
Yeah, you got what you wanted, and you're still acting like children. Like, see, this was one of the many examples that I alluded to earlier. Like, they got what they wanted, and then they still throw a hissy fit. It's
I don't know.
What's the purpose of giving you what you want if you're just going to act like trash?
More equality still to be needed, but it's kind of a weird time to do it when you got something majorly important.
No, I mean, like, you look at around the world today. Now we have third wave feminism. Now they want a feminist ruled world. There's a lot of them actually straight up going on the internet saying, "Oh, if you want to join feminism, abort your baby if it's a boy." Like, they've actually said that stuff. It's crazy.
There's nuts out there.
Yeah, but it seems that there's a lot more now than there used to be. I don't know. No. Anyway, 71, Bobby Orr. Is that number 4 Bobby Orr? Right? Is that the whole thing?
What do you mean number 4?
Like you the whole rhyme. Number 4, Bobby Orr.
I never
Or
heard
whatever.
that. I know Bobby Orr. He's a hockey player.
Okay. Signed a 5-year contract with the Boston Bruins worth $1 million, the first $1 million contract in NHL history.
Okay, now you got to look up Bobby Orr's number. What was Bobby Orr's number?
Bobby Orr number. Well, it was coming up. Bobby Orr's number 4, retirement.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
No.
So you know that little jingle.
No, you told me that.
I didn't.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. What about the Creek guy, the Zeke from Cabin Creek or whatever?
Oh, that's Jerry West.
Oh, okay.
Zeke from Cabin Creek.
1971, Dutch Queen Juliana and Prince Bernard visited Indonesia, the first Dutch royal visit since Indonesia gained independence from the Netherlands. Pretty cool. MLB Baltimore Orioles Don Buford struck out 5 times in the game. That's not good. New York Giants football team announced they are leaving the Bronx for New Jersey in 1975. Did they?
I'm not
The New
sure.
York Giants, are they still the Giants or are they the New Jersey Giants?
No, they're the New York Giants.
So they didn't leave. Okay. 1972, the 20th Summer Olympic Games opened in Munich, West Germany. We know what's coming.
What?
The Palestinian
yeah.
thing. 73, David Eisenhower wrote his final sports column. Do you remember who that was? David Eisenhower's
That's
sports
the
column?
grandson of.
Oh, Ike? Really?
President Eisenhower. Yeah, it's the grandson.
That's wild. How we have 2 articles involving family members of famous people. Like, the first one being Patton, his granddad.
Yeah.
Patton was a descendant of a Confederate officer. That is mind-blowing. I am shocked. No. 1973 as well, 10-year-old Mary Boitano was the first woman to win the 6.8-mile Dipsea race in Marin County, California, defeating a field of 1,500 runners. Wow. Wow. A 10-year-old.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. University of Texas at Arlington is the first accredited school to offer belly dancing. What? Stupid.
And they're accredited, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, with how things are, I wouldn't be surprised you'd have to have some kind of doctorate in belly dancing to get a job as a belly dancer. Everything needs a dang degree nowadays. 77, Ian Dury released a single, Sex and Drugs and Rock and Roll. The charter of the French language was adopted by the National Assembly of Quebec. I'm going to do a surface level scratch with that really quick here. Charter of the French language. All right, so I'm going to put this French language charter. Throw that in there if anybody wants to look a little bit at that thing. 1978, John Burge planted a bomb at Harvey's Resort in State Line, Nevada. So after John Burge planted a bomb at Harvey's Resort Hotel in State Line, Nevada in the United States, the FBI inadvertently detonated the bomb during its disarming. So it was one of those. That's terrible. Pete Kamita replaced Tom Peterson as bassist of stadium rock band Cheap Trick. Do you remember them at all? Cheap Trick?
I do, but I don't remember their music.
Ah.
I remember the name.
And I want to go back to this
They
whole...
weren't that big.
I want to go back to this resort bombing. Why did he do it? Do you remember off the top of your head?
No, I don't.
Harvey's bombing. Trying to think of a less harsh word to use for bombing, but I don't know. It should examine possible suspect due to his wife and pleas and convictions. Well, I'm sure it tells us somewhere in here what his reasons were, but we don't have the time to scan that out here. 1981, Voyager 2 took photos of Saturn's moon Titan. Now, I couldn't figure out exactly which one was Titan. It's just saying Saturn's moons and the Voyager and now look at this strange picture of Saturn. Wow. What is that? That can't be real. That's absolutely nuts. It looks like a marble or some chalk drawing or something, 1983, floods destroyed most of the old town of Bilbao, Spain. Yikes. It's not good. Bilbao, hopefully not Bilbao Baggins. Oh, wow, look at that. Whole train just on its side over there. 84, Czech Zdena Slava set a world record in women's discus with a throw of 74.55 meters. I wonder if that's still the record.
Doubtful.
Yeah. 84 as well. Tatiana Kazanikana of the USSR set the women's 3,000 meter record at 8 minutes 22.62 seconds in Leningrad. I wonder if that's still the record. Probably doubtful as well. 85, Baltimore Oriole Eddie Murray knocked in 9 RBIs in a game against the California Angels. Wow. French government denied knowledge of bombing of Greenpeace flagship at the Rainbow Warrior in Auckland, New Zealand. Well, it's because they got shot at. This is some like environmentalist protest group, and they went out there on their own boat, the Greenpeace or whatever.
Yeah.
But they were going out and they were protesting some kind of nuclear or something, and they got too close, and they forced the military to shoot them. And then, of course, they're like, oh, we're such victims. Look, they're shooting us. We're unarmed. Get the hell away from a nuclear vessel, you lunatic.
I'm sure you were warned many times.
Yeah. Seriously, these people should be thank you for not killing me. No, I'm going to be the victim and just be even more of a brat to you. Maybe next time we should put one between their eyes, and that'll end it. 86, Robert Chambers, the preppy killer, murders Jennifer Levin in the New York City Central Park and later claimed rough sex as the motive. What?
Oh, God.
That's your best motive? Really?
Hope they hung him.
Yeah. Ao's time, 1987. Can I get through my life in 12 minutes?
No.
1987, Paul Molitor goes 0 for 4. His hitting streak at 39 consecutive games, ending his hitting streak.
Wow.
So there. Yeah, I kind of screwed that up. 88, Iranian refugee Maran Karani Nasseri arrived at Charles de Gaulle International Airport in Roissy in France, and stayed for almost 18 years, inspiring director Steven Spielberg to make the film The Terminal about his life.
Oh.
Yeah.
Remember The Terminal, the movie?
I have not seen it, but I've seen clips and everything, and every time I see when he figures out the quarters, I want to go to Burger King. It's good. It's subliminal advertising. It works. Thankfully, I'm poor and I can't afford that stuff. So, but yeah, no, that's pretty wild because of international things. Because I don't know how the story goes, but I'm sure it emulates to a certain degree the actual real world events. But it had something to do with something like his country got taken over.
Yeah.
Or something. So
he couldn't go back, and they wouldn't let him into the country, so he was stuck in the airport.
How do you solve that? Obviously
he
didn't.
He finally got out and was allowed to enter somehow. I can't remember. It's too long since I've seen the movie.
You think they'd figure something out after 18 years? 18 years? 18 years.
Yeah.
Really. Ridiculous. 1989, Trumbull, Connecticut was the first U.S. team since 1983 to win the Little League World Series. All right.
Nice.
1990, Bo Jackson hit the 4th of 4 consecutive home runs. 2 murdered college students were found in Gainesville, Florida. I wonder, who were they? Was that solved, the murder? Did they catch the guy? The girl? Whatever? 92, Hurricane Andrew made landfall in Louisiana as a Category 3 storm after causing deaths and severe damage in Florida. I wonder how many deaths, injuries, and damage was in Florida and in overall. 95, Andrew Simons hit 26s in match four at Gloucestershire versus Glamorgan. No longer in either source. That sounds like cricket. 96, Seventh Heaven, starring Jessica Biel, debuted on Warner Brothers. I remember that. Never saw it, but I remember that.
I haven't seen it.
It was some stupid show everybody was watching, and
it wasn't a movie?
No, it was some show like that. I couldn't care less because I'm not a normie. 96, U.S. President Bill Clinton signed welfare reform into law, representing a major shift in welfare policy. 97, Ben Ali massacre in Algeria, between 60 to 100 people were killed. Yikes. 98, the first flight of the Boeing Delta III ended in disaster 75 seconds after liftoff, resulting in the loss of the Galaxy 10 communications satellite.
Ooh.
Yikes, that's not good. Well, this one here. That looks like the Challenger explosion. 99, Russia began the Second Chechen War in response to the invasion of Dagestan by the Islamic International Peacekeeping Brigade. 2000, Australia clinched its first Tri-Nations Rugby Series with a 19-18 win over South Africa in Durban. Wallabies entered Sterling Mortlock, landed 4 penalties and a conversion. Okay. 2002, Earth Summit 2002 began in Johannesburg, South Africa. I'm going to look that up here really quick. Just if this gives me Earth Summit 2002. All right. So, if anybody wants to let us know what synopsis Earth Summit 2002, the Johannesburg Declarations was the main outcome of the summit. However, there were several other international agreements. What were those other ones? They're not. They're probably linked here or something. Yeah, if anybody would care to look into that, let us know. 2003, the Columbia Accident Investigation Board released its final report on the Space Shuttle Columbia disaster. That was the one that exploded on the way back in.
Yeah.
2004, a Stadium 1, 2, 3. I have to play this here. That went through my brain when I first read that. So yeah, 2004, a Stadium 1, 2, 3 in the 200 meter medals. At the Athens Olympics, Sean Crawford won the gold in 19.79 seconds ahead of Bernard Williams and Justin Gatlin. 2004 as well, Felix Sanchez won the men's 400 meter hurdles in 47.63 seconds in Athens, earning the Dominican Republic's first ever Olympic gold medal. Good job. Yeah. Germany won its first ever Olympic women's field hockey gold medal in a 2-1 victory against Netherlands in Athens. Lindsay Tarpley and Abby Wambach scored as the U.S. defeated Brazil 2-1, maintaining an undefeated record to win the women's football gold medal at the Athens Olympics. 2005, U.S. Postal Service christens a Los Angeles facility as Ray Charles Station. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I kind of cut you off. I was on a roll there.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, what were you going to say about all the Olympic stuff? There?
Oh, I don't know.
No.
Gone.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
2006, New Zealand retained the Tri-Nations Rugby Series with a 42-26 win over South Africa in Pretoria. All Blacks fly half. Dan Carter landed 4 penalties and 4 conversions. Moving on up to 2007, the Rolling Stones closed their 2-year 147 concerts, a Bigger Bang tour at the O2 Arena in London, England. The box office gross of the tour exceeded $558 million, a record at the time.
Yeah.
Now it's been surpassed. By what? Who?
By
When?
lunch.
Wow. 2008, Russia unilaterally recognized the independence of the former Georgian breakaway regions of Abkhazia and South Ossetia, prompting the Georgian government to sever diplomatic relations with Russia. 1 year later, kidnapping victim J.V. Dugard was discovered alive in California after being missing for over 18 years.
Whoa.
So another 18 years. That's kind of wild. The airplane
airport
thing, and then this guy, yeah. This lady, her captors, Philip and Nancy Garrido, were apprehended. Thank goodness. I hope they face a firing squad. 2011, the 787 Dreamliner, Boeing's all-new composite airliner, received certification from the EASA and FAA. What's a composite airliner? Is it this?
Yeah. Composites are very lightweight, durable.
Oh, okay.
So that'd be the skin of it.
Okay, I understand. I thought it was like modular or something.
No.
It's composited of these pieces. You want to make a longer plane, add in more middle pieces, like Legos. I'm weird. 2012, Legionella outbreak in Quebec City, Canada, killed 8 and infected 104 people. Legionella. Let's look this up here. It's a genus of gram-negative bacteria that can be seen using a silver stain or grown in a special media that contains cysteine, an amino acid. It's not a good thing though. It's a disease. So Legionella. I know I'm melting too, Loon. We're almost done.
No, we're good.
2012, 17 villagers in Afghanistan's Kalajniki district were beheaded by an unknown organization. Yikes. 2013, all 25,000 applicants to the University of Liberia failed their university entrance examination. Why? What happened? That sounds like a computer glitch or something. Like, in The Guardian right here. The epic fail of every single candidate in the admission exam provoked bafflement. At first, according to university official, the applicants lacked enthusiasm and did not have basic grasp of English. So they all legitimately failed, all 25,000. I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Like, that's crazy. 2014, Burger King agreed to purchase Canadian donut chain Tim Hortons for $11.4 billion. Not good.
Talked about them, didn't we talk? No, I don't know.
Something about
today.
We spoke about Tim Hortons.
Some of these donuts.
Yeah, Tim Horton.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we did speak about them. I don't remember exactly what.
I don't either.
But it was about him or them. Like, I looked it up and I a bunch of donuts. So
Yeah.
I was calling them the
Something.
yeah, the Dunkin' of the North
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, that's it. That's right.
2014, Democratic Republic of Congo's health ministry informed the World Health Organization of an outbreak of Ebola, later confirmed as a different strain to that affecting West Africa. Israel and Hamas accepted another ceasefire. That almost happens every day. The J report into the Rotherham child sexual exploitation scandal was published. I don't know why I couldn't read that. 2015, WDBJ TV reporter Allison Parker and cameraman Adam Ward were fatally shot live on TV by an ex-colleague in Montana, Virginia. Yeah, it's 95 degrees. It is hot. My brain's just not functioning here. 2017, 500,000 people took part in a peace march in Barcelona, Spain, following terrorist attacks. Hurricane Harvey was downgraded to a tropical storm as the National Hurricane Center warns of a multi-day rainfall disaster. Manchester City secured a 2-1 win at Bournemouth to begin an EPL record 18-game winning streak. Raheem Sterling scored for City, but was sent off with 2 yellow cards in injury time. Yikes. 2017 as well. Violent clashes after the conviction of spiritual leader Gurmeet Ram Rahim Singh killed 31 in Panchkula, with 120 admitted to the hospital. Yikes. 2018, Archbishop Carlo Maria Vigando, former U.S. Vatican ambassador, claimed Pope Francis knows of and ignores sexual abuse allegations against Cardinal Theodore McCarrick. Keep that in mind. We're going to be bringing it up here in just a little bit. We also have boxing match between YouTubers KSI and Logan Paul ended in a draw in Manchester, England. That was incredibly stupid. Like,
you know of it?
I unfortunately I do. Like, if you spend any time on the internet, you just like there's some names that go around like Epstein or Logan Paul. Like I never knew who KSI was. I still don't, but I know of the Paul brothers, and that's mainly because one of them, and this is just how disgusting these people are. Like, one of them was in Japan, and they went to go visit that suicide forest.
Oh. And
they found a body hanging from the tree, and he went up to it, pointed, and started laughing at it.
Ah.
Like, these are disgusting, despicable. Like, words cannot express evil people. So it's one of the Paul brothers.
Let's move on as quickly as possible.
2018, Daniel Boyle pulled out of directing the next James Bond film due to creative differences. Whatever the heck that means. Gamer at Madden NFL 19 gaming tournament in Jacksonville, Florida lost, then returned to shoot 2 dead and wound 9.
Yeah.
Wow. Over a video game. We also have Moroccan pop singer Saïd Lamerjid was arrested in St. Tropez, France on a struggle snuggle allegation. And here we go. Remember what I said earlier about somebody accusing Pope Francis of knowing? Pope Francis asked for forgiveness in a speech on child abuse in Dublin during his first official visit to Ireland since 1979. So that's all in 2018.
Whoa.
That was all the same day. So remember, like 5 articles ago, I pointed that out. Same day. So everything between, this all happened on that same day. Pretty crazy. 2018 was busy. But I also want you to remember the shooting in Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay.
Moving on to 2019, Indonesian President Joko Widodo proposed moving the country's sinking and overcrowded capital from Jakarta to the island of Borneo, or Kalimantan. Yeah, their entire capital is slowly sinking on an island and everything. 2019, Johnson & Johnson was ordered to pay the state of Oklahoma $572 million in the first trial against an opioid manufacturer. Good. Wreck them. Find them, tax the rich, bleed them dry.
What exactly did they do?
They're poisoning thing. Johnson & Johnson, they've been linked to so many issues with problems happening to infants, to children, diseases, their various powders, their products and everything. Just so much. I'm not sure. I don't think it was Carnation, but I think it was maybe not Gerber. I don't know. But one of these powdered milk, for baby formula companies.
Okay.
Now this is real. This is horrible, but bear with me. They went to Africa, and they gave out free samples of all this to a bunch of Native Africans and everything. And these are people not in the main cities,
right,
but out in all this
villages,
out in the villages and everything. Now they were breastfeeding everything and all natural and all that stuff as humans should and everything. What this company did was they gave them just enough for it to last long enough for their mammaries to dry out. So then they can't reinitiate breastfeeding. I'm not kidding. This actually happened to force them to buy. And a lot of them couldn't. And on top of that, the water there isn't perfect, so countless children died completely needlessly because of corporate greed. Isn't capitalism wonderful? Yeah. Anyway, in 2019, Leonardo DiCaprio's environmental organization Earth Alliance donated $5 million to fight fires in the Amazon. Yeah. 2019, meeting of the G7 agreed on a $20 million aid package to fight fires in the Amazon and Bariates. At least 100 people were killed in flash floods in the city of Sharikar, Afghanistan, with 500 houses destroyed. This is all in 2020, mind you. Yeah. We're still in there. So it's a busy year, too. Dutch author Marike Lucas Rayenveld, at the age of 29, is the youngest to win the International Booker Prize for her debut novel, The Discomfort of Evening. Why, you don't like it get cold? You don't like the dark? In 2020 as well, the Milwaukee Bucks forfeit their NBA playoff game after the shooting of Jacob Blake, leading to the NBA postponing more games. Yikes. 2021, 2 bomb blasts from self-deletion bombers at Kabul airport, Afghanistan, killed at least 60 civilians. Other source says 169 Afghan civilians, and 13 U.S. soldiers or military personnel. Amid international efforts to evacuate citizens from the country because of freaking Brandon and all that stuff. 2023, the longest alligator ever recorded. This guy, Mississippi, 14 feet 3 inches, 4.3 meters, captured in the Sunflower River, weighing 802.5 pounds or 364 kilograms. That's a monster. That is a monster.
It's got to be dead there, right?
Well, yes, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it has to be dead, and 5 people cannot lift 800 pounds.
True. Well, it was hoisted up there.
Yeah, true. 2023, Zimbabwe's President Emerson Mnangagwa, known as the Crocodile, so we had the alligator, now we have a crocodile, was elected to a second term amid claims of vote rigging. Exactly 5 years after the 2018 Jacksonville landing shooting, there was another shooting in Jacksonville, Florida, leaving 3 people dead. 2024, Boston Red Sox catcher Danny Jansen became the first MLB player to play for both teams in the same game. The game against the Toronto Blue Jays on June 26th was suspended due to weather, and he was traded prior to the resumption. 2025, just this time last year, Stadium pop superstar Taylor Swift at the age of 35 and Stadium NFL football player Travis Kelce, 35, revealed their marriage engagement in social media posts, gathering 1.2 million likes in under 10 minutes. 1.2 million in under 10 minutes. Now, I know the majority of those are bots, but still, there's way too many people who are that obsessed. Get a life, you pathetic losers. Freaking, look at the, freaking round head, empty
they
lunatic.
Just got married, and they had it in...
What the effing do,
They held it in New York, Madison Square Garden.
Why do you even know this?
It's on the news.
Okay. 2025 grand jury in Washington, D.C. declined approval of criminal indictment for felony charges sought by federal prosecutors against Sean Dunn for throwing a sandwich at a law enforcement agent. Talking about this guy again.
Once again.
Yep. Anyway, that shall conclude the show. Once again, please check the underbar of the description below for any links that you may find interesting. And these links that we gathered will be down there in about 5-10 minutes after the end of the live stream. What's the code word? Let us know that they're still watching until this point.
Alligator.
Alligator. Yeah. What's a 3-letter word? Alligator. 3-letter word. Hold on a second if I can find it. Family Feud. Here we go. This one here.
What are you doing?
Trying to find this one.
Name an animal with 3 letters in its name.
Alligator.
Bruh.
That's what I was trying to find. Yeah, alligator. Anyway, a lot of history has and continues to be made on a daily basis, and we can only bring you a portion between 2 sources. We have gone through all 33 pages of our document today in 1 hour and 6 minutes. Anyway, we do the show every day at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 Mountain. Where'd my script go? Here it is. 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. We do have other shows. We have a new show every Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific Time. And the first Sunday of every month, we have IOYO. I'm okay, you're okay. So anyway.
From tomorrow, Sunday.
Yeah. For all of you and all of us, I'm Alexander.
Golden Loon.
And UVRU. And until you catch us next time, whenever that is, wherever that is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection. Rate 5 thumbs and subscribe. Toodles!